All right, so you've totally crushed it as a salesperson.
You have.
And now you're stepping up to lead the team.
That's right.
Big congrats.
Big congrats.
But this isn't just a promotion.
No.
There's a whole new ball game.
Whole new ball game, yeah.
Today we're diving deep into the often overlooked but crucial transition from sales superstar to sales manager.
It is often overlooked.
And we've got some incredible insights from a conversation between Darius Lahudifard,
Yes.
engineer, serial entrepreneur, and founder of the MEDDIC Academy,
Yeah.
and Dr. Ari Masudi, a deep tech marketing expert.
Fascinating conversation.
Yeah.
It's interesting how much this shift requires a completely different mindset.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. You've spent your career honing the skills to close deals, hit targets, be the individual champion.
Right.
And now...
All about you.
Yeah, all about you. And now you're responsible for guiding others to do the same.
Right.
And that requires a whole new set of tools.
Totally. It's like, imagine you're the star player on a basketball team.
Yep.
And suddenly you're the coach.
Yeah.
You're not on the court scoring points anymore.
Yep.
You're on the sidelines strategizing, motivating, and developing the players.
Yeah, you're running the plays.
That's a big change.
It is a big change, and Lahudifard really emphasizes that this transition is often underestimated.
Yeah.
The skills that make you a great salesperson don't automatically translate to being a great manager.
Okay, so let's unpack that.
Okay.
What are some of the key differences between the salesperson mindset and the sales manager mindset?
Well, one of the biggest is the shift from individual contributor to leader.
Okay.
As a salesperson, you're laser focused on your own performance, your own numbers.
Right.
But as a manager, your success is measured by the performance of your entire team.
So it's less about your wins and more about how you guide others to victory.
Precisely. And that requires letting go of some of that individualistic drive that served you so well in sales.
Yeah.
Lahudifard talks about the need to manage your ego.
Oh.
That ambition that helped you close deals can actually become a liability in a management role.
I can see that if you're constantly trying to prove you're the smartest person in the room,
Yeah.
it's going to be tough to build trust and empower your team.
You got it as a manager. It's not about being the hero. It's about creating heroes. It's about shifting from selfish productivity to selfless leadership, where your priority is supporting your team's success.
So you're saying that even though the word sales is in both titles, the roles are almost opposite in terms of mindset and approach.
Absolutely. And that brings us to one of the most crucial and often overlooked aspects of sales management.
Okay.
Accountability.
Accountability.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a word that can make people nervous.
It is.
Some managers think it's about being a micromanager or creating a negative environment.
Right.
Right.
Lahudifard is very clear about this.
Okay.
Accountability is not micromanagement.
Okay.
It's about setting crystal clear expectations, regularly reviewing performance, and having open, data-driven conversations. In fact, he argues that good salespeople want to be held accountable.
Okay.
They want that clear feedback and direction.
That makes sense. It's like having a coach who's invested in your growth and helps you track your progress.
Exactly. And Lahudifard recommends having regular, formal, one-on-one accountability meetings with each member of your sales team.
Oh, yeah.
These aren't casual chats. They're dedicated sessions focused solely on performance review.
Yeah.
And he suggests a very specific progression for these meetings.
All right, let's dive into this progression. Where do you start?
You always start with the results.
Okay.
The hard data. How did the salesperson perform against their goals? No opinions, no gut feelings, just the numbers.
So you're laying out the facts, black and white.
That's right.
But what if the results aren't great?
Yeah.
How do you address that without demoralizing the salesperson?
That's where the progression comes in.
Okay.
If the results are lacking,
Yeah.
then and only then do you move on to step 2.
Okay.
Examining the salesperson's pipeline. Is it robust enough to support future targets?
Right.
Are they creating new opportunities and moving existing ones forward?
So you're digging deeper to understand the why behind the results.
Exactly.
If the pipeline is healthy, maybe there were external factors impacting sales that month.
Right.
But if the pipeline is weak...
That's when you move to the final step, activity.
Okay.
What actions are they taking to generate and advance deals? Are they prospecting enough?
Okay.
Are they effectively engaging with leads?
Got it.
But remember, you only reach this stage if the results and pipeline raise red flags.
Got it. You're not diving into their daily to-do list unless there's a clear reason to...
Correct.
You trust them to manage their own process if they're delivering.
Exactly. It's about empowering your team, not micromanaging them. This structured approach to accountability helps create that balance.
Okay, so we've got the mindset shift from individual contributor to leader, and we've explored the importance of accountability. What's the next key ingredient in this recipe for successful sales management?
Coaching Eludifard is a huge believer in proactive coaching,
Yeah.
but he also points out that it's often neglected in today's sales management world.
Yeah, I can see how that happens. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of meetings, reports, and firefighting.
Right.
But if you really want to develop your team and help them reach their full potential, coaching has to be a priority.
Absolutely. And Lahudifard draws a critical distinction between reactive coaching and proactive coaching.
Okay.
Reactive coaching is what happens when you're putting out fires.
Yeah.
You're jumping in to help with a crisis, which is necessary sometimes, but it doesn't drive long-term growth.
Okay, so reactive coaching is like damage control,
Yeah,
while proactive coaching is about building skills and strategies for the future.
exactly. Proactive coaching is intentional and scheduled.
Okay.
It's about setting aside dedicated time to work with each salesperson on their individual development,
Right.
helping them refine their techniques, overcome challenges, and think more strategically.
So it's like how salespeople schedule time for prospecting. If it's not blocked out on the calendar, it won't happen.
Yep.
Coaching needs that same level of commitment.
Lahudifard couldn't agree more. He says those coaching slots on your calendar should be treated as sacred.
And what about the content of those coaching sessions? Are there any specific strategies that Lahudifard recommends?
He suggests approaching coaching with a similar mindset to those accountability meetings, results, then pipeline, then activity.
So start with the big picture goals, then break them down into the strategies and actions needed to achieve them.
Exactly. It's about connecting those dots between individual performance, pipeline health, and the overall sales strategy.
So let's say you're coaching a salesperson who's consistently missing their targets. Where would you start?
First, I'd review their recent performance data, looking for patterns or trends.
Okay.
Are they losing deals at a specific stage in the sales cycle?
Okay.
Are they struggling to close high-value deals?
Okay.
Once you've identified the problem area,
Right.
you can start digging into the pipeline.
So you'd be asking questions like, are they qualifying leads effectively? Are they building strong relationships with prospects? Are they presenting solutions that truly address the customer's needs?
Right, and if the pipeline looks healthy but they're still not converting opportunities, then you might start looking at their sales activities.
Okay.
Are they following up with leads promptly?
Okay.
Are they leveraging social media effectively?
Okay.
Are they actively seeking referrals?
Got it. You're using that results pipeline activity framework as a guide to pinpoint the root cause of the performance issue.
Exactly. And then you can work with the salesperson to develop specific strategies and action steps to address those weaknesses.
It sounds like a very systematic and data-driven approach to coaching.
It is, but Lahudifard also stresses the importance of balancing that data with direct observation.
So it's not just about looking at spreadsheets and dashboards.
Yeah.
It's about getting out in the field with your salespeople and seeing how they interact with customers.
Exactly. Spend time listening to their sales calls, observe their presentations, and provide real-time feedback.
That makes so much sense. You can learn so much more about someone's strengths and weaknesses by actually seeing them in action, not just reading a report about their performance.
Lahudifard talks about how data can tell you what's happening, but it can't always reveal the why.
Right.
To get that deeper understanding, you need to be present, observing, and interacting. He actually shares a powerful anecdote about a baseball manager who made a disastrous decision based purely on data, ignoring his own observations of the game and the players.
Oh, I definitely want to hear this story.
Well, in the 2020 World Series, Tampa Bay Rays manager Kevin Cash pulled his starting pitcher Blake Snell in the sixth inning after Snell had given up just one hit.
Wait, he pulled his star pitcher after one hit? That's insane.
Everyone was baffled. Snell was pitching brilliantly,
Yeah.
but Cash was relying heavily on analytics, which suggested that bringing in a relief pitcher at that point was statistically the best move.
So he let the numbers override his gut instinct and what he was seeing with his own eyes.
And it backfired spectacularly. The relief pitcher ended up giving up runs, and the Rays lost the game. It became a huge controversy, with many arguing that Cash's over-reliance on data cost them the World Series.
Wow, what a cautionary tale. It really highlights the importance of finding that right balance between data and observation.
Exactly. Data is a valuable tool, but it's not a replacement for human judgment, intuition, and experience.
Yeah.
You have to be able to interpret the data, but also trust your instincts and what you're seeing and hearing from your team.
Oh, yeah, the hero complex.
Yeah.
I've seen this one in action, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's the manager who can't resist swooping in and taking over,
Yeah.
especially when a deal is on the line.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to jump in and save the day.
Right.
It's a tempting trap, but Lahudifard warns against it.
Okay.
He says your job is not to be the sales team superhero.
Because in the long run, it hurts more than it helps, right?
Exactly. If you're always rescuing your team, they'll never develop the skills and confidence they need to succeed on their own.
Right.
Plus, it's exhausting and unsustainable for you as a manager.
So how do you avoid that trap?
Yeah.
How do you resist that urge to jump in and fix everything?
It all comes back to empowerment.
Yeah.
Lahudifard says delegate, don't dictate.
Provide guidance and support.
Yep.
But ultimately, let them own the process and the outcome.
Right. And if they make mistakes, see it as a learning opportunity, not a failure.
Yeah.
Help them analyze what happened, what they could have done differently, and how they can apply that learning to future situations.
It's about fostering that growth mindset, where setbacks are seen as stepping stones to improvement.
Totally. And remember, you're no longer an individual contributor, but you still have a wealth of sales experience that you can leverage to guide and mentor your team.
Share your insights, your strategies, your war stories. Let them learn from your successes and your failures.
Exactly. But the goal is to empower them to become independent, successful salespeople, not to create mini-me's who rely on you for every decision.
It's about helping them find their own wings and soar. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of different aspects of sales management, from mindset shift to accountability to coaching. As we wrap up this deep dive, is there one overarching piece of advice that stands out from Lahudifard's conversation with Dr. Masudi?
He emphasizes that more than anything, you need to embrace this new role as a leader, not just a manager.
What's the distinction there?
Management is about tasks and processes, but leadership is about inspiring, motivating, and empowering your team to achieve extraordinary results.
It's about setting a vision,
Yes,
creating a positive culture, and fostering a sense of shared purpose.
absolutely.
And remember, leadership isn't about having all the answers. It's about asking the right questions, listening actively, and constantly learning and growing alongside your team.
It's a journey, right? You're all learning together.
It's about being a coach, a mentor,
Yeah,
a cheerleader, and a strategist, all rolled into one.
that's right.
Quite a challenge, but sounds incredibly rewarding.
It is, and Lahudifard reminds us that it's one of the most important and rewarding jobs in any organization.
So as you embark on this exciting new chapter in your career, remember to embrace the challenges, seek out those opportunities for growth, and never stop learning what resonated most with you today. What aspect of this transition are you most excited about? We'd love to hear your thoughts at the